Again, our fourth finalist, our fourth champion from the United States of America, Mr. Lem Butler from Counterculture Coffee. Big round of applause. Woo! Hello, Lem.
Congrats, Lem, man. Seems like just yesterday we started this game, and now we're here. My coffee dad, and I'm happy to be here supporting you. Congrats, man.
Good luck, Pumpkin. I love you so much. And at the same time, I'm not thinking we could be here. I can't believe we are here. And I'm so not surprised that we are here because we knew you'd make it. We love you so much. Say good luck, Daddy.
Get down here.
We love you. Go USA. Woo! Woo!
All right, Lem,
All right.
you've been here before. Best of luck.
Thanks. Ready? Comfortable? Good. You can start my music, please. Time. Welcome, everyone. I have a delicious coffee tasting for you based on 3 characteristics I enjoy most about coffee: brightness, sweetness, and flavor clarity. I feel these 3 characteristics truly represent a coffee's variety, the coffee's environment, and the farmer's dedication to quality. The coffee I've selected for your tasting today is a green tip Gesha from Jose Gallardo's Finca Neguo that sits at 1,900 meters in Huaratungo, Panama. I will use the 3 drink courses to demonstrate how the careful manipulation of variables on the roast level, farm level, and barista level directly impacts our perception of brightness, sweetness, and flavor clarity. But before we taste, let me go over the 3 drink courses with you and what to expect in the cup. Please use these menus as a brief guide, but write down these specifics. Your first course will be espresso. This is going to be floral jasmine, black tea, bright lime acidity, a medium body with nectarine sweetness, and a long finish of florals that lingers into that second round, a 4-ounce cappuccino. This is going to be this delicious buttery toffee, honey-like sweetness, big creamy mouthfeel, and a hint of that lime acidity from espresso. Your final beverage will be the signature drink. This is a chilled drink. Tart cranberry, lemon citrus, big creamy milkshake-like mouthfeel, cane sugar, finishing with dark chocolate and a bouquet of jasmine and magnolia flowers. Please use these ceramics to deposit your dirty spoons. I'm going to prepare your espressos for your signature drink. I'll come back and tell you more about this amazing Gesha, Finca Neguo, and Jose Gallardo. Excuse me.
So Lem Butler starting from very clean routines. So his table setting is very simple, but he's delivered all the information that's needed for judging. So it's a beautiful presentation in the beginning.
Find it really interesting to see the competition going to this format where you're talking about floral, jasmine, tea-like espressos. You know, that was unthinkable in the past that this would be the description for a truly great espresso, and now I think we've come a long way here.
He obviously knows his coffee inside out. He's given judges enough time to be able to write down the notes. He's taken them on a journey, exactly how coffee is going to taste. And it's pretty impressive to see Lem, how well he described his coffee. Let's hope it tastes the same way that he says it will.
Also, he lets them work. He allows them time while he's working. He's focused on that. The speed in which he's doing this is impressive.
These cups are looking so nice.
2014, this random Ziploc bag of green coffee arrives at Counterculture. Very little information about the coffee, And underneath some undesirable characteristics, there was something amazing and lovely about this coffee that we had to open up dialogue with Jose. This dialogue led to collaboration, where Jose adjusted a few things on his farm, harvesting only the ripest red cherries to boost sweetness in the coffee, extending his dry fermentation to 24 hours to boost the acidity in the coffee. He also added raised drying beds to add consistent clarity to the coffee. With these short adjustments, he went on to take first place in the 2015 Best of Panama.
He said that what notes judges are expected to taste.
So I visited Jose, and together we milled, roasted, and sample cupped 25 different lots to come up with this beautiful coffee that I'm serving for you today. What I found was that his innovations, in conjunction with the environment, created an amazing gesha. You see, Huaratungo is in this beautiful mountainous region right on the border of Costa Rica and Panama, where all this cold Atlantic wind blows in, chilling that microclimate of Finca Neguo. That cool air slows the metabolism of the coffee, ensuring big sugars in those cherries that he harvests. Also, Finca Neguo is only 5 hectares, but it's spread out in this beautifully shaded forest that sits right up against La Amistad National Park. This is the largest nature reserve in Central America, boasting some of the best biodiversity, over 600 species of bird. And Jose and I feel that the indigenous fungi and bacteria responsible for the fermentation of this coffee gives us those lime acidic notes, making this gesha truly unique only to this section of Chiriquí province of Panama.
So a lot of coffee informations and to describe about his cup. So the most important things for the baristas to explain about the coffee is...
I'm using the EK43 for its consistent grind particle size, giving me a higher extraction, ensuring all that deliciousness gets into the cup. With a dose of 20 grams in, 45 grams out, I'm balancing that sweetness, that brightness, and that flavor clarity.
As he just explained, it's connected to the farm information to the actual cup he's serving right now.
To homogenize all those delicious flavors, please stir at least 10 times. Enjoy.
And also here there is specific drinking instruction. He asked the judges to stir 10 times. And as you can see, judges has to follow the instructions that Lem gave. So he's moving to the milk beverage notes.
What I loved about his routine, and it's just the way he interacts with the judges and the way he speaks. I just have a feeling that he's got 4 customers sitting in his cafe, and he's just telling them about the coffee he loves, and he's telling them exactly why he loves that coffee. It's just very complex, but the presentation actually very simple. The presentation and delivered very, very well. And I think he's done that purposely because he wanted to get the entire attention on the cup of coffee, and when they're tasting the coffee, they know exactly what they're going to taste and why they're tasting what they're tasting. It's just very smooth and beautiful. I was lucky enough to spend about 9 days in Colombia with Lem and with all the other USA Barista regional champions, and I must say that he's one of the most humble people I've ever met.
So Finca Neguo can be a challenge to roast. All those delicious florals fill the trier, tempting the roaster to drop the coffee into the cooling tray. but that's a little too soon. If you back off the gas and allow the temperatures inside that roaster to develop the flavors, you'll excavate all that deliciousness, ensuring the acidity survives in the milk. So after your first sip, if you will please just lick your top lip and you'll get a sense of that acidity from the espresso. Cheers.
So Klaus, so you're back in 2006, you're the World Barista champion, but you see a lot of differences here right now, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. The milk drink part of it has changed quite a bit.
Yes.
To be the open format, where the barista is allowed to experiment more with the milk ratios and how they want to present and serve it.
What do you think about it?
I think it's really interesting. It's it's certainly a challenge for the judges. It's more open. They have to be more open to new impressions and to judge it according to what the barista is telling them that it is. But at the same time, I like to keep things open. I think it's a good, it's a very bold move, a very brave move for WBC to take it. The cappuccino format hadn't really changed in a lot of years.
Long time.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, I personally, I really like the cappuccino. I like milk drinks where there's quite a bit of milk. Like if I want milk in, there needs to be like a certain ratio. Kind of like what I'm seeing them do here. It's not an ultra short macchiato or anything.
For sure. The perception of the cappuccino is totally different from each country.
Yeah.
And cultures, backgrounds. So I think it's going to be important. It's very interesting to see that all the milk drink is the very best. It's there a lot of the diversity here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it I must say, it's absolutely
second
delicious.
set. I searched for delicious milk that sits well with this coffee. I wanted the coffee to bring out what's best in the milk, and the milk to bring out what's best in the coffee, and that's sweetness.
Slow pain, no gain, go get her. Change like the weather, solid as a rock, small piece of leather, but well put together. Flames our endeavors, come to find out that game makes it better. Pain makes it better, shades of epiphany, can't let it get to me. Move so differently, do it so swiftly. Ease into my style, lay mine down, king be crowned. Look at me now, teaching my classes,
Cheers.
by the masses.
I'll be back with your sick drink.
Okay, people, put your hands together for the milk course.
I'm kind of curious whether he brings some milk from US to here or he's find the milk here, because it's one of the difficult things for the competitor is always find the best milk which is pair better with their coffees.
Exactly, and the milk in Ireland is incredibly good, and there's a very large selection of milk. But he didn't give any information, did he?
I think so. Did I miss? Or I think
So
he
in
didn't
honor
really mention
of
that.
a lovely family, the Gallardos, I wanted to create a drink, and I named it after them. This is Cafe Gallardo, by the way. I wanted a drink to showcase the variety, the versatility of this coffee. So I've chilled the espresso, 6 shots. I'm also adding 25 mils of a magnolia flower simple syrup. This is going to boost that floral jasmine and black tea of the coffee. Also, by using the entire magnolia flower in the simple syrup, the subtle bitterness of the petals will bring out the bitterness of the coffee. Also, I'm adding 5 grams of hibiscus for tart cranberry. Also, the hibiscus combined with that finca neguo creates this lovely chocolate cocoa that's going to evolve into dark chocolate in the finish. For a quick infusion, I'm using nitrous. Also, the nitrous is going to create this creamy milkshake-like mouthfeel. Also, I'm going to rim the glass with lemongrass. This lemon aromatic is going to open up all these flavors. It's like adding acidity without adding acidity. It will be fleeting, so I will ask you to Drink fairly quickly as soon as I give you the drink, and drink it in 3 steps. Your first sip, you'll get that creamy mouthfeel with that lovely lemon citrus. Your second sip, cranberry, chocolate, and then your final sip, that dark chocolate and that bouquet of floral jasmine and magnolia.
He's preparing the rye, he's preparing a lime, his drink, using lemongrass and adding extra flavors and aromas to his signature drink. This is very, very interesting and engagement routine.
Hey Judge, I'll leave the lemongrass for you to re-rim the glass to have a similar experience.
After watching his presentation, I feel so relaxed.
I feel the same,
That's all
totally.
my time today. I hope you enjoyed your experience as much as I did, because you could have been anywhere in the world today, but you chose to be here with us, and for that, thank you. Time.
Lem.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Come on over here. We're going to talk to Bart.
So, Lem, what a presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got a little bit emotional just before your presentation.
Just before, at the end, somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Because you brought your family.
Yes.
You have 2 kids?
2 kids.
Wonderful
They're
kids.
here.
Where they are?
They're right up there.
Somewhere there?
I have a
Okay.
third who's actually in college. She's at home.
Ah,
But,
okay. So, what do you think of your presentation?
I feel good. Everything looked really good. Hopefully the judges enjoyed it.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you, judges.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Bill. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Thanks.
So, same question for you. How many hours did you practice for this presentation?
Oh, I lost track after about 1,000.
But it doesn't. Especially the last weeks, I get.
Yeah,
you trained a lot of hours.
The U.S. was pretty close to WBC, which is great. So I just had to brush up on a few things.
Yeah.
Visit the farm, hung out with Jose. Jose's here, by the way.
Okay.
Somewhere. Oh, there he is, over there. What's up, Jose?
So it was the same presentation as in the U.S.?
Very, very similar. I didn't change the drinks. The coffee changed. It's a different lot.
Okay.
And just being at the farm, visiting Jose, I was able to tie a few more things into the presentation.
Okay. Well, I think Steven is ready.
Always.
Always. So, people, big round of applause for the competitor of the USA, Lem Butler! Woo! So you can go on stage and have a little chat with those people.
Lem, we have some people here who would like to talk to you for a little
Sasha.
bit. Including, if you all give me a round of applause for Susie Keeley here, is one of our volunteers
I'm
out front
honored.
running the bar station,
This
the brew
is
bar. Let's give a round of applause for
incredible.
Susie, everybody. Big
Hello.
round of applause, please.
Man.
Big round of applause. Thank you.
I feel like I own like a top-notch cafe, and you guys have just stepped in and say, "What's up?" So, what's
Mate,
up?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, it was my pleasure to get to know you in Colombia, and watching you here on the stage. That's who you are. You know, just beautiful, humble person that loves coffee. That's just, I had a goosebumps watching you at the back. I just wanted to, congratulate you and ask you, why did you decide to use this particular coffee?
I actually tasted this coffee in 2015 when Jose was in town, and he said, "Hey, Lem, can you pour me a shot of this coffee?" And I was like, okay, yeah, this is really great coffee. I've only had it as filter. And when I tasted it as espresso, I mean, it just blew my mind. I mean, it blew my mind as filtered coffee. And so I kind of put that, in the back of my brain. Yeah, I'm going to compete with a Gesha. Yeah, right. And after the qualifying round in the U.S., I got back to counterculture, and the coffee buyer was like, hey, we still have Jose's coffee left. Would you like to use that in nationals? I said, of course. So it tasted amazing at nationals. We ran out of it. Jose called us and said, hey, I still have 25, 30 lots or something like that. Come down, taste with me. And I did. And yeah, so yeah, it was like a kind of a long answer to your question, but yeah, that's how it happened. It was amazing.
So this is working?
Mic check, 1, 2.
So how did it change the flavors? What do you find in the filter version that you already knew? And how did that change into espresso brewing? What flavors did you get out?
Well, I mean, brewing under pressure, you're just going to highlight all those, I mean, that brightness, the sweetness of the coffee. And this coffee is really floral. I felt like it was a little more floral in nationals than this year, but it's still there, and it just really brings everything to the forefront than filtered coffee.
I find that really interesting, that part about florals in espresso.
Yeah.
It's something that wasn't really used to be thought about espresso. It's something that, if you think traditionally about espresso, it's not florals that you're after.
Right.
So I found that really interesting. And did you change anything in the roast profile going from filter to espresso?
Well, we tried several different roasts. We tried something a little more developed, something kind of middle ground, and then something extremely, extremely light. I think I cut my hand. So I brought, I think, 7 different roast profiles for each day if I would advance to semis, if I advanced to today. So yeah, it was a lot of different profiles, but yeah, we just played around with, everything was sample roasted. Yeah, so we have a little more control over those profiles and those flavor notes.
Okay, wonderful. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And we have amazing volunteer again here.
Yeah.
Susie from United States? No, sorry.
From
That's
Ireland,
Ireland,
yeah.
sorry.
Beautiful
sorry,
country,
I'm Japanese,
by the
sorry.
way. Yeah.
But anyway, so she wants to drink your beautiful espresso.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Is my cart around? I got like a bunch. Oh no, I've got some right here.
You have left?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we're good to go.
So I think throughout the live streaming, like more than, I don't know how many people are watching, but a lot of people feels relaxing time that you delivering the 15 minutes, because you make me so relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you.
That's only on the outside. On the inside, there's all kinds of craziness going on.
So I want to ask, because now in the competitor, tend to speak a lot using a 15 minutes, fully 15 minutes, and then speak a lot of informations. But for you, like you have a lot of spaces during a 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was a competitor, a long time ago. But I feel like, it's kind of for me, it's like kind of stressing, if I didn't speak a lot, or maybe I'm going to lose some points or something like that. So how do you deal with that feeling?
Well, I feel like maybe the judges, I've never judged before. Mm-hmm. Can't say that I ever will. It just seems such a challenge.
Yeah.
I feel like they're probably a little more nervous than the competitors because they want to get everything correct.
Wow.
They don't want to miss anything.
Wow.
So just talking to Charles Babinski, Sasha in Colombia, it feels like it's our duty. I mean, even as baristas with our customers, to make everyone feel at home, feel comfortable.
Ah, wonderful.
So if you can ease the judges, give them as much information in the beginning.
Yes.
Have them write it all down. Then it's all gravy from there,
Nice,
so you can just kind of have fun with it.
Yes.
So that's what I try to do. But it's still crazy on the inside.
So it's kind of a trade-off, but I really like the ideas because it's you take because I felt that you are making a customer you're making customer feel really better, and we are actually talking in the commentary booth, but. You're giving a very good hospitality, and I see you working at the cafe, giving a very good hospitality as well.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I felt like, catching a plane, going to States, and just going to a cafe so I can enjoy the experience. And It was really, really nice. And to me, it's completely, different and unique presentation. Like, I wanted to ask you quickly, Lem, did you have a script that you follow, or you had the things that you wanted to say in a presentation? Because I watched you yesterday, and every time you deliver the same message, but you do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I try to, I'll start out with the script, but then after a couple of times of run-throughs, it kind of goes out the window, I'll change stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm jacked up on caffeine. I might think of something else, and I'll try and plug that in. So there is kind of a loose script, but I tend not to follow it. The big thing for me, that first 30 seconds, I try to connect with the judges, and if I can really connect with the judges, I got you. You're mine, So then I could just kind of loosely follow the script and kind of add this and that, have fun with it. But if I don't catch you that first 30 seconds or 40 seconds, then I'll struggle through the presentation and try and connect with that judge that's giving me that poker face. That happened to me at Nationals in the semifinal round. There was one judge that I just couldn't get. And I spent the entire presentation trying to grab this judge, but I just couldn't get him the whole time. And, and I felt like it kind of made my presentation a little weaker. But then in finals, I accomplished what I wanted to do. 6th place, that's mine. I'm good. So I was very, very relaxed, and I was able to connect with the judges. I think that's important.
So you've been a barista for about 9 years, and you've been competing for 9 years. Has your approach to the way that you perform changed over those years?
No. I mean, I think just having a background in music. I had a band before coffee, so I performed in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people. So it was kind of easy for me presentation-wise. So I haven't really changed anything as far as connecting with judges, how I present, how I select coffees. That's pretty much been the same the entire time. But the biggest thing for me is taking the feedback from the judges. Some of my best competitions are the ones that I've done very horrible. Because I get that feedback from the judges, and I know exactly what I need to do the next time I compete. I think the feedback from judges is critical for any competitor. So that's probably one of the biggest changes in presentations over the years.
So Susie, how would you like your espresso?
I really love the espresso. Yeah? It's super floral. It's so bright.
Good.
But it's not too bright that it kind of blows your face off. So it's pretty
this coffee kind of just lingers on and on and on. You guys are going to go to the next competitor, and you're like, man, I still taste that Neguo. Sorry, Ben.
That's a fantastic taste.
It's beautiful. I really love the linger. As you say, it starts with the acidity and nice and simple, and then on the palate, it just starts growing on you towards the back of the palate, and florals really stay for a very long time. So it's very, very nice.
Now I didn't get to taste your signature drink, but
I think
you had some wonderful magnolia flower syrup. I understood. I can totally relate to seeing how you developed this espresso into your signature drink as well.
Yeah.
So what was the thoughts behind that? Where did you start with that process?
It started with the coffee, that floral note of jasmine. I wanted something that would enhance that without getting in the way of the coffee. And we have, in my area, we have this local forager. Her name is Tanith, and she can find anything. So I asked if she had any honeysuckle. I don't know if you're familiar with honeysuckle. It's very floral, very sweet. And she had some. She had some honeysuckle syrup. And not only did she bring that, she brought 10 other simple syrups from all kinds of different flowers. And out of all of them, the magnolia simple syrup really worked best with this coffee. And so she actually gave me some fresh magnolias before I came to Dublin. And we actually prepared this. So that's where it started. I wanted to add something tart to boost the acidity of the coffee. And nitrous was the best way to quickly infuse everything.
How long does a process like that take? Like from you get this idea, you taste this coffee, you met her and found these, until you have a signature drink where you're like, I'm happy to serve this now.
Yeah, this drink probably took 3 months, like prior to USBC, to develop, just to fine tune, figure out the ratios, and actually kind of balancing out the sugars in that simple syrup, because you can't have something too sweet. And that was one of the challenges. We wanted more florals in the simple syrup, so I kept adding more and more simple syrup, and the drink got sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. And I was like, well, let's back off on the sugars in this simple syrup. And yeah, so it took a while.
Mate, congratulations. I still have your espresso on the linger, so well done. It is lingering for ages. Very well job done, and good luck for this
Thank
afternoon.
you very much.
Amazing job, mate.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Lem Butler from the USA.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
1, 2, 1, 2. This is Jabba Lam,